36-10 started the day. Wales with the loss to France. Really seen 1917. Started their campaign, loss against Canada. This is going to be a really tight pool, isn't it? And points are going to be so important.
It is, yeah, and I think that Kenya result was a surprise for a few people. They're just going down to Canada, who haven't really shown that much form coming in to this tournament, but that just shows you how close the margins are. And Wales, after a poor showing really against France, they'll need to make amends for it now. Big scoreline, that 38-10. And I know that their head coach Richie Pugh, assistant coach Nick Wakely, will be expecting for a much better response now from this Welsh contingent.
They've got a decent view. Better than us, they're in the sun. So here we go then. Kenya against Wales here in Malaga. Kick off this late afternoon session, of course, before the super session later on tonight, just before 6:30 local time. Before that, England against Scotland, always a tasty affair, but it's Wales here. The GB countries, of course, now back on their own. A new outfit. You've already mentioned Ollie, new coaches, Richie Pugh, the new man in charge, Walkie as well, Southern Taylor. And they've started well here, haven't they, Wales? Good possession. John just saying, hold, hold, hold. I'm on your shoulder. And they arrive. Just as we're saying, Wales are building nicely. Lloyd Evans just coughs that one up.
Oh, and they had Kenya on the ropes there as well, the Welsh. A real opportunity for them just to get their first points on the board. Just build that momentum. I think that crucial thing is sevens is always that first score is pretty critical. It just builds the confidence, builds the momentum in your game, and coming off the back of a heavy defeat for this Welsh team, just plays on your mind. You just start thinking about that mistake you made. Got to switch back in.
Sevens is so special. I'm staying in the hotel with all the players, you get to chat and they get to chat with each other and build relationships, and it just seems as though amongst many of the teams that there's just a new cycle. Wales obviously split from GB now for a little while and just starting up a new programme. USA regenerating as well, the same with England and Scotland as well. Kenya, this is an experienced side from them. They've got some possession here.
I mean, you're right, Johnny, for definite, but equally this year, massive year for some of these teams.
Oh,
definitely
huge.
on here. Commonwealth Games coming up in Birmingham, and then the World Cup as well. I mean, so much to play for.
Gone backwards, said the referee. That's Oyu, the captain. 41st event here in Spain. What a servant he has been. Over 50 tries now. Got one against Canada early on. Tabu. Right. Hanging pass. Odiembo. Trucking down that wing. Trahan is there. Onyala. Just feeds it back inside and back to Tabu. Just trying to work something here, Kenya. Just trying to find a weakness in that Welsh defence. Medals in Edmonton and Vancouver for this Kenyan side. Oyu slipped the tackle. He slipped it back inside. Mumwa jump in that tackle. No, says the referee. He's happy with it. Onyala. 37th try for him in his career and the first here against Wales.
Well, now we see what this Kenyan side can do once they get a bit of momentum in their game. It's an absolutely fabulous offload. Really good connection and link up between each player. Jumping through that tackle on Luke Trahan. I'm not sure that's quite allowed, however,
It's not allowed.
Well, Francisco Gonzalez thinks it is. So who should we second guess? And the reality is, it's 7-0 to Kenya, and it was a brilliant offload at the same time from Umwa. And Kenya, first points on the board.
Trahan, he has got every bit of skill, isn't he? Check out that World Rugby. Social media pumping out some brilliant stuff. Luke Trahan with all the skills. Wales come again, need to reply, you feel. Carson here, come Carson. Only a couple of events under his belt, and then Lloyd Evans. Over 90 points now in his Welsh career. Trahan fooled everyone, thought it was going outside, decided to cut back inside. It's not a sympathetic pass, and Kenya will have the advantage. None coming, so they will have the put into the scrum. Just a couple of coach-killing mistakes, as you will know, as a former Wales Sevens coach yourself.
It's just those critical moments. They just start to build momentum. Twice that's happened now for Wales. Just inaccuracy in the pass. They start to get momentum. Looks like they're going to break down this Kenyan defence. Then a wayward, sloppy, inaccurate pass. A momentary lapse in concentration just causes the mistake to be made. And with that, you can just feel the pressure build on Wales, and equally the confidence build in Kenya.
Yep.
Otieno.
Crutch.
Otieno. There he is on the near side of this scrum. He is not a man. If you had 5 or 6 of you, you'd still be a struggle to put him down. Bullocking runner with the ball. Fancy new haircut as well. Playing some nice stuff here, Kenya. Penalty to Kenya. They have possession, so advantage not played by the referee. Tabu. Mwale. Namunga. Just couldn't pick it up with his bootlegs, could he? Tabu trying to work something down that short side from the penalty. A little bit of a break for these players since they played.
Yep.
You see that there, that ball goes to hand. That's TRY time for Kenya.
Red.
Just a bit fragmented, stop-start at the moment, this game. Just lacks a little bit of continuity. It's coming from these simple handling errors, simple mistakes.
Crutch.
Can't help but feel the side that can just put together a few phases of play is going to reap the rewards from that.
Wales will have to do it from deep here, between the 10-metre line and 22-metre line. Trahan. Classic miss one. Scrum half again. There was an exclamation there from Wales, verbally. Off the feet, sealing off the ball. It's got to be a contest, isn't it? In the game of rugby, like the feed to a scrum has to be down the middle.
Interesting tactic this is, Johnny. We just saw, we haven't seen many of the teams doing this, but the USA did it. They had scrums to try and just suck in some defenders. It's good tactical move. You get 4 defenders around the ball and you can actually use a bit of the space.
Just a little chip ahead. Amunga, Levi Amunga. Just hands possession back to Wales. Just play some phases. Get Otieno on the ball. Get him sucking in a few defenders. But Wales will spread it wide on this left-hand side. Lloyd Lewis. Now it's Kenya with the penalty against the cast in that midfield, with Trahan just spreading it wide for Lloyd Evans. 27th series event here for the Welshman. Using the width here, Wales much better, and then they'll find the gap through the middle, and they do exactly that through Morgan Williams. Really nice play. They've looked tentative, Wales, but they got into their rhythm, didn't they? Coast to coast, and they'll find something down the middle. Effectively 0-0 then. And he is one of the best. This area of the game, Kenya, it's an area they struggle at. Just hold in the air, just a touch too long from Jahan. Kenya come away, Tabu. Just about works out in the end for Kenya. Just not accurate enough at the moment from Kenya.
Sloppy, isn't it? Just careless, just as you're setting people up, ready for the attack, ready for that killer punch. You make some sloppy, basic mistakes.
And what it does, it just hands the advantage back to Wales, isn't it? Luke Jahan, we already said the restart was a little too long from Andy, who prided himself in that area of the game.
100%, but what it means now, you got Lloyd Lewis out wide, get the ball in his hands quickly as you can. That kid can play.
Here he is, ball, and then look at the acceleration over the first couple of metres. Tom Williams, advantage to Wales. Can they strike here? It's a huge pass out wide, inviting the player onto the ball. It's out to touch. Will we go back for the penalty? Advantage was over, says the referee.
It's good defence from Kenya, but it's poor play from Jenkins there. I mean, you've got to fight to stay in the field. Just keep away from that touchline. That schoolboy stuff, you know, stay away, step back inside. You can't. It's just too easy. Got to fight to keep the ball alive, keep the possession. As you said, Johnny, just gifting it back over to Kenya.
Well, there's plenty of fight in this Kenyan side. So many games by 7 or less, so they're always there or thereabouts. Struggle to get over that finish line in the end. They turn it back over again. Trahan, it's simple. Or is it? Yes, it is at the end. Kept his composure. Absolutely brilliant work from Tom Williams. He gave the offload for the first try, and now he's scored one as well. Or we want to just check here, do we?
Just wanted to check the grounding, I think, of this ball, whether he drops it going over the line. Hits, rolls.
Sorry, what's the question, Pinch? I didn't hear that.
Looks though to me he's got control of the ball the whole time. That looks fine.
Yeah, okay, I've got a decision.
Yep.
You may award the try.
Okay, thank you.
Well, Sandy back up and running now. Good try, just a bounce, nice control of the ball. Trahan has the 2 points as well, simple enough. And Tom Williams, one of the core players in this Welsh Sevens team. Just saying, Trahan, put it where I like it. I'll go get it for you. High hanging, where's this one going to bounce? It's bobbling around, it bounces the way of Kenya. Onyala. Otieno marshalled him well because he's an absolute handful. Beast of a man. Tabu. Oliuch. Oh, Oliuch is straight through for Kenya. This game is nip and tuck, isn't it? Kenya reply from nowhere.
Well, the ding-dong battle continues. It's great stuff from Kenya. Just the sort of response you want. But Wales will be kicking themselves straight off that restart. They know the importance of possession, getting it back, staying tight in D. Just go too high. You cannot go high on these Kenyans. They're so strong. They'll fend you off. And Ulich is brilliant at just gliding through. All square again.
7 red.
Let's go through some work. So far this series, only Terry Kennedy, the Irish superstar, the try-scoring machine. It's more on the season's series standings in terms of carries. Wales. Again, we're seeing, aren't we, Mr. Phillips, just the importance of the restarts. You had a certain man called Ben Gollings who could put it on a sixpence, but Wales, from that restart, a burst away. Rosser is dragged down.
Perfect.
Brother used to play, Jared, of course, for Wales, and Wales have still got it, just need to get it to that left-hand side. There's so much space there.
Stay back.
Dummy, is the strength there from Wales. No, it's been driven back. Great defence from Kenya. Can they hold out here? Trahan. Wide up. Oh, yes, slipped straight through. Tom Brown on his debut. He will enjoy that moment. His first TOI.
Wow, well, this game is starting to deliver, isn't it? End-to-end stuff. Scoreboard changing hands every other minute. Can that be a critical kick coming up here from Luke Trahan? Just simple, patient play. And Tom Brown, good strength just to get himself over the line. How critical will that kick be?
School days. It's end-to-end stuff, isn't it? Kenya refusing to go away. That's why they lose so many games by 7 or less. Coming down to the wire, 50 seconds here. Otieno goes for a space, a face, isn't he? Not a space. Legs are burning, lungs are burning. Just asking for the man to come on the switch here. And Wales will say, yeah, thank you very much. We'll have the knock-on. We'll take our time to this scrum. And with 25 seconds left on the clock, it looks like this game will be theirs.
Yeah.
Oh, Daniel Tabu, what are you doing?
Come on.
Indecision on a sevens field will cost you dearly. And there,
Crouch.
Wales was stretched. Kenya had to go
Fine.
back wide. Instead, he messes about with it in the middle of the park, looking for himself. The result is they turn it over, knock on.
Huge scrum from Kenya though. Trahano just about gets it back for Wales. Hooter goes. And Wales in a dramatic game, wasn't it? Really was. End-to-end stuff, but they had